give you my heart.
Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Garth Loves Cars. So I'm out here on Long Island, and a friend of mine introduced me to another friend who owns this beauty right over here that you guys are looking at, and that is a 2007 997 Turbo. But that's not just any 997 Turbo. This is one of very few 997 turbos in North America and in the world, because guess what this 997 turbo has that most 997 turbos don't have? This, yes, you see it right, that is a manual shifting 997 turbo. Most people watching this will be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a so what, it's a 997 manual. Look this up on Car Gurus or anything. Look it up. Very few, if you even find a 997 turbo with a manual shifter there in the car. 99% of every car that's being sold right now is a PDK. Now, if you know, these 997 turbos are north around $90,000, especially if they're low mileage. Now, this particular car, I'll get back to the interior in a second. As you can see from the car itself, it's lowered on Öhlins suspension, and as anyone knows, Öhlins suspension for Porsche is one of the best suspension kits you can ever get. So it's rolling on Öhlins suspensions, and it also has, this is factory brakes. And speaking with the owner of the car, they opted for the factory brakes for the simple fact that they are just good enough as, if he was to upgrade to the package that he really wanted to go to. But anyways, that's that there. Now we're gonna get back to the piece de resistance of this car right here. Now, this is not just any 997 turbo. As you can hear this car idling right now, this car is pushing north of 1,000 horsepower. So in the video when you saw the car with the smoke coming out of the exhaust system, there's nothing wrong with the car. That was just, as any Porsches do. And this motor was built from the ground up. This motor was removed from the car, and then they rebuilt the motors with the pistons, the rods, and everything to be able to take north of 1,000 horsepower. This car has Garrett turbos on it as well, as you can see here. I mean, listen to this thing. Can't really see the turbos from here, obviously, because everything is like underneath the car. It's got management systems as well. It's got the .2 lights on there. I mean, just listening to this thing right now is an absolute beast. I mean, this car can pull like nobody's business. Now, one of the things that I love, and I absolutely love about a 997 turbo, is just the way this is designed. Now, as a guy who's a fan of the 996, guys, like seriously, like I am not getting away from the 996. I will do other videos on the 996, but one thing that I absolutely love about the 997, especially the turbos, I mean, just sitting in this car right now and just hearing this car idle, and and just feeling the vibrations under the seat is just absolutely insane. I love the way Porsche just literally, the 996, like I said, I adore it. But I just love in this generation how Porsche, did these clean lines and made it come in here, and like everything just looks like just symmetrical, But I'm gonna give you guys just a little taste of what this car is all about. Just take a listen. Whoa, you hear those turbos? Also, the interior of this car, I mean, you guys pretty much know this car by now, but I'll just go over it. This one comes with the Bose system, as most of them do. I mean, look at this interior, absolutely clean. I mean, look at the back seats, as if it's never been touched. Reminds me a bit of my 996, but obviously the whole entire front, everything is different. Driver's seat looks clean, passenger seat looks clean, and this car, and I mean, I'm just gonna throw it up in the air. I don't know if 100% yet, but it could potentially be for sale. Potentially. Now, no one take this, as anything significant or anything in stone. I'm just saying, I've heard through the grapevine, it is potentially for sale. but this thing has a manual shifter in a Porsche turbo, and this one is pushing north of 1,000 horsepower. I mean, I'm just at a loss for words, and just being inside this car and this car pulls, it's like literally a crackhead taking a hit of a crack pipe. It's like speed galore. So one of the things the owner of this car did was, this is not a stock exhaust, and this is not an off-the-shelf exhaust. As you can see from the wells here, and I can't really get under the whole entire car for you guys to see this, but this exhaust system was a custom-made exhaust system all the way from the engine coming down and coming out here. So if you were able to stand in front of this car like I'm doing right now, guys, OMG. I mean, the thing sounds like a goblin. It sounds like it's ready to just suck everything in, you know, but it is one of the most beautiful sounds. Even if you customize a Porsche's exhaust, it doesn't lose that Porsche rhythm, you know what I mean? It's one of the most beautiful things that, like right now, just listening to this thing, it's just awesome. I mean, absolutely beautiful car. I mean, guys, just look at the precision right here. Like, look how close, when you look at that, look how close that spinning with the belt, how close that is to this, you know, bar that's running along the car right there. I mean, that's literally within inches, you know, of this car. It's, I mean, absolutely stunning Porsche turbo. I love this car. North of 1,000 horsepower, guys. I mean, you heard the sound, insane. Basically, listen to the sound of this car. It's just absolutely insane. Oh my God, listen to those turbos. Oh my God, that is insane. That is just absolutely insane. One of the other things with this car that you'll also notice is the owner of this car, actually, instead of that being the Porsche clock, that's the boost meter. So you no longer have a Porsche clock there. It's just a boost meter to tell you how many boosts or the boost levels that you're in. That's actually really, really, really impressive. I actually like that. It's a very nice touch that the owner has done to this car.
It's at its lowest level, 700.
Yeah.
It's about 750 wheel right now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I could see the I could see on the boost meter. Well, I guess the boost meter really goes when the car is really up. Whoa. Wow, look at those arches. Right, guys, so I'm on board the turbo. As you heard, we're doing 750 wheel horsepower right now, and I tell you, this car pulls. Whoa, those turbos are insane. those things sound like turbine engines back there. Oh, whoa, that is, oh my gosh, guys, literally that That was like, I can't even explain. Oh my gosh. Wow. 997 turbo, 1,000 horsepower to the wheel. Right now we're pushing about 750. I mean, beautiful day in New York State. Look at those arches behind, but I'm telling you, that pull. OMG. Guys, I mean, the best way I could sum up that pull is just violent. Absolutely violent. Whoa. Absolutely violence. That is the best way to describe this right now, is violence. It's just, it's nothing tame about this. This is a straight I'm done. This thing. Whoa. 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 Listen to this. Guys, straight violence. 997 turbo, pushing 1,000 horsepower to the wheel. North. Not specifically 1,000. North of that. I mean, oh my gosh. That was just sheer violence. That is it. This car is absolutely amazing. As you guys can see, I'm actually in the backyard right now, and I stumbled up on what looks to be a Porsche 968, if I'm correct. It could be a conversion. It could be a 944 conversion, but this actually has the GT3 style wheels, or possibly, you know, GT3 wheels. This is an absolute beaut. This thing has been sitting back here and it's literally dirty and, you know, all types of stuff. It is a 968 because I can tell by the rear lights that's a 968. So you can kind of call this what you, if you want to call it, a barnyard find. I think these cars are going up in value as well. Absolutely love the 968, and this is a later model because I can tell by the rear lights. The GT3's wheels look absolutely amazing. Can't really show you guys much of the interior of the car because it has a car cover on the inside, but this is my friend who also owns that 911 turbo that you guys saw. As you can see, there's also a G-Wagon over there, and he fixes all different cars, mostly Mercedes and things like that. So I just want to do a brief video on this car. And one of the things I love about these cars is that gigantic roof. It's almost like you're in a Targa, you know, but obviously you can see there is the car covers in there, but yes, and the hood is cut out. I'm assuming there's something going in there, but yeah, this is a beautiful 968. And I'm sure they're going to be putting this back together at some point. Absolutely beautiful. I love those arches on the 968s too. I mean, just the way the fender comes out, just also on the rear here, absolutely stunning. And it's a beautiful day right here in New York City, so just wanted to give you guys a little bit of that. The sun is shining on the paint of this car, which is not 100% perfect, but it's still quite beautiful. Almost walked outside without realizing what was next to that 968. And this is one of the first Porsche Panameras that were ever made. No, I'm just kidding. But it is. This car was made by Porsche. Mercedes sent this car over to Porsche for Porsche to refine this car. And let me tell you one thing. You know, most car enthusiasts will tell you this is the Porsche's first venture into making a four-door sports saloon. This is a Mercedes 500E, and I literally almost walked away from this car when I just did the little skit on the 968 over there. Didn't realize that this was sitting here until my friend pointed it out and said, "Look, that's a 500E." Literally, you cannot find any of these cars for sale in the United States right now. If you go on Car Gurus, unless you're going to go to a specialty car dealer that can source this car from a collector who's willing to sell or is willing to sell for the right price. I had a friend of mine that was looking for this car for a very long time, could not find one. And here we have a Mercedes 500E sitting here right now. First off, you can tell it's a 500E by those flared off fenders right there. No other Mercedes came with this. And if you see this car, this is not wearing the original wheels. The original 500e wheels were similar to like a SL 500e. You know, I forgot what they call those rims. But if all the covers were off this car, you'll be able to see, even from the angle that I'm showing you now, you can see how wide the fenders are, you know. But this is just absolutely stunning. Just wanted to just do a really quick run through of this car and open it up, and you can see these are the sport seats that come with the 500e. Tons of spider cobwebs in here. This one is actually you know, custom order. You can tell by the steering wheel having the wood around there as well. I mean, even right now, this car is in excellent condition. This particular car right here is in excellent condition. Not sure what the deal is with this car, why it's not actually moving, or it's just looks like it's been sitting here for a long time. But yeah, this is a very rare car. That's a Mercedes 500e, and that was made by Mercedes and Porsche. So this is technically a Porsche as well. But yeah, have it, guys. That is the Porsche 997 Turbo with north of 1,000 horsepower.
Give you my heart.